Hi, welcome to the Crypto Republic. Before we dive in, if you're serious about staying ahead in this once-in-a-lifetime financial shift, make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Republic. This is where we break down the insider moves, the market mechanics, and the truth about XRP that nobody else is telling you. Stay informed, stay early. People are still sleeping on just how massive XRP's role in Europe could actually become. In today's video, we're going to break down why Europe is closer than ever to adopting a digital euro, and more importantly, why XRP is sitting in the perfect position to be part of that system. This isn't just hype. We have brand new developments, policy, documents, and statements from some of the most powerful people in European finance that point toward one thing: a financial bombshell is about to drop. Imagine Europe as a giant machine, one of the largest economies in the world. For decades, that machine has been powered by American-built tools like Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal. But now, Europe wants to build its own engine. And the oil that may keep it running smoothly, that could very well be XRP. So grab your coffee, sit tight, because what I'm about to show you may completely change the way you think about Europe's future, crypto adoption, and XRP's role in the global economy. Let's start with just the basics. Just last week, European finance ministers reached an agreement on moving forward with digital euro roadmap. That's not speculation, it's official policy. What does this mean? Simply put, Europe is no longer asking whether a digital euro will exist. The question now is how fast it will roll out and who will provide the technology to make it happen. Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, has been extremely vocal about why this matters. She said outright that Europe needs digital sovereignty, meaning it needs to control its own money movement without being dependent on systems from the US or China. It needs to control its own destiny. Think about that for a second. Every time you swipe your credit card in Paris, Berlin, or Rome, chances are the transaction goes through servers in California or Shanghai. That's like running the water supply of your city through pipes owned by another country. Eventually, you're going to want your own system. And that's exactly what the digital euro aims to fix. So where does XRP come into this, you might ask? Europe doesn't just want a digital euro, it wants a fast, scalable, and cost-efficient backbone for payments. And this is where XRP stands out. XRP was designed for exactly this use case: lightning-fast cross-border settlements at a fraction of the cost of traditional systems. It's like comparing a jet engine to a steam train. One is built for a new era of speed, the other is still stuck on the tracks. Documents from the Central Bank of France have already mentioned Ripple and XRP by name as a potential settlement layer for CBDCs. That's huge. France isn't a minor player in Europe's economy. It's one of the main pillars. And it's not just France. CPA Australia, one of the largest accounting bodies in the world, also published reports highlighting XRP's suitability for CBDC frameworks. When multiple heavyweight institutions across finance and academia start pointing to the same solution, it's not coincidence, it's momentum. Now let's circle back to Christine Lagarde. She has made some powerful statements about disruption in finance. In one clip, she said the future won't be decided by those who survive and those who fail, but between those who are disrupted and those who disrupt themselves first. That's a bold statement. What she's really saying is this: banks and governments have two choices. They can ignore new technology like XRP and risk being left behind, or they can embrace it early and reshape their systems before someone else does. Think of it like the rise of the internet. Companies that ignored it in the 1990s, like Blockbuster, got wiped out. Companies that embraced it, like Amazon, became giants. XRP could be that same kind of disruptive force for the financial world. One of the biggest reasons Europe is pushing forward with the digital euro is the promise of economic growth. Central bank research has suggested that implementing a digital currency could boost GDP by as much as 3%, simply by reducing friction in payments and cutting costs. So, to put this in perspective, imagine an economy the size of Europe suddenly adding trillions of dollars in value just by making money move faster and cheaper. It's like upgrading from horse-drawn carts to high-speed rail. The efficiency boost alone transforms everything. And guess what? Technology keeps coming up in these studies as a facilitator of that efficiency: XRP. This isn't just about Europe. Ripple has deep ties with institutions like the IMF, where Christine Lagarde herself has held leadership roles. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, has appeared alongside global leaders at financial forums in Singapore and Davos. These aren't random connections. They show that Ripple has been positioning itself for years to be part of the conversation at the highest levels of global finance. Ripple has been shaking hands in the boardrooms. Bitcoin is the rebellious kid breaking rules to prove a point. Ripple is the student who studies the system, works with the teacher, and ends up writing the textbook. Both have value, but when governments decide which one to adopt, guess who they're going to trust? Here's the bigger picture. Europe adopting XRP as part of its digital euro system wouldn't just change Europe, it would ripple out, no pun intended, across the entire world. Once one major economy adopts a digital currency with XRP's rails, other economies will feel pressure to keep up. That's how technology adoption works. Think of smartphones. Once one country's population started using them for everything, every other country had to follow to stay competitive. We could be standing at the beginning of that same kind of domino effect. This time, it's with money itself. So let's bring it all home now. Europe is moving forward with the digital euro. Christine Lagarde has openly said they want independence from American and Chinese payment systems. Key documents from central banks and major institutions have highlighted XRP as a potential solution. And the economic incentive to move fast is massive. The writing is on the wall. XRP may soon shift from being a speculative asset to being the backbone of one of the world's most powerful economies. The question is, are you ready for that shift? Or will you be like Blockbuster, watching the future pass you by? This is Europe's XRP adoption bombshell, and it's closer than you think. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Turn on notifications. And most importantly, subscribe to the Crypto Republic, bringing you the truth about XRP, global banking moves, and the wealth transfer already unfolded. Don't just watch history happen. Stay informed, stay ahead, stay in the Republic.